My brothers, my sisters, the Almighty created us. Like I said, He didn't need to, but He did it. We found ourselves here. Recognize your Maker. Worship Him alone. I was speaking to a young boy who told me, prove to me that Islam is correct. Prove to me that I need to worship someone, something. I thought for a moment and then I said, how old are you? He said, 11. Where were you 12 years ago? He says, well, I don't know. Where was I 12 years ago? So I said to him, well, 12 years ago you were with the Almighty. Wherever you were, whoever was in charge there, all you have to do right now is to say, oh, you who had me 12 years ago, you are the greatest. Are you ready to say that? He says, yeah. I said, well, that's all you need to say. Oh, you whom I was with 12 years ago, I worship you alone. And when I return to you, I want you to have mercy on me. I said, you know what? Already you have the concept of oneness in your mind. If you know that and you understand that. Because if you know that your mind cannot explain to you where you were, for example, 12, 13, 15 years ago, when you're just 11 years old, and you're prepared to say, wherever I was, whoever was there, in control of everything, He is my Maker. He is the one whom I owe worship to. Hence, we have the term Allah that refers to the Almighty who made you, the worshipped one who is the only one who is owed worship. And that term, subhanallah, it's a name that Allah has given Himself. In the Hebrew language, and I've said this before, Elohim or Eloha is the exact as Allah, right? It's referring to the worshipped one, God Almighty. He alone we worship, the Maker, the Nourisher, the Cherisher, the Sustainer, the Provider, the Protector, the Curer, the one in whose hands lies absolute control of every aspect of existence. And we've repeated this so many times, but it's so true because He is in charge. As sophisticated as I am, He keeps showing us that you know very little, very little. I mean, look at this pandemic. You can't see it. You can't, people haven't really fully understood it. They say the new variant, may Allah protect us all from it. Say Ameen. They say we don't know much about it, but the little we know about it, XYZ. That statement is already enough to show there is a greater power. There is a greater power. He is showing you something. As sophisticated as you are, as advanced as technology and medicine might be, there is still a long way for you to go before you understand a little bit of some of the things that Allah wants to show you and to teach you. And every time you see things and every time you discover things, they will lead you towards this Maker. So the biggest blessing is when you recognize your Maker. The biggest blessing is when He has guided you in that direction. Subhanallah. So keep asking Allah for it. 17 times a day. If you pray 5 times a day, minimum 17 times a day, you are saying, oh Allah, guide me to the straight path. Because it's the most important supplication you could ever supplicate by. Guide me to the straight path.